It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for the Walking Dead universe. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Walking Dead spinoff centered around Daryl Dixon. We're going to talk about his spinoff, and I'm going to make some predictions as far as what the story could be for that spinoff, and we're going to talk about whether saving Rick Grimes is the only way that the story can end properly. Is this the universe endgame? Stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it all down. Alright, as always, before we jump into it, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that, let's dive right into it. Now, this might be a bold prediction, but there's actually quite a lot of things that line up supporting this theory that Daryl Dixon is going to be the one that's going to save Rick Grimes. One thing to keep in mind is, even though we are talking about the Daryl Dixon spinoff, the end game won't be in the spinoff. It'll probably be in the movies, but they will start the story in the Daryl Dixon spinoff. Now, the first piece of the puzzle to really make this whole theory work is Michonne and how her story ended. Obviously, Michonne left after she found out that Rick could potentially be alive, and she went after him. The only person that knows at this point that this is even a thing is Judith. But before we even get there, with Michonne's exit, Daryl Dixon has essentially become the guardian to both RJ and Judith. So it would be totally out of character and questionable for the writers to have Daryl leave the kids to go on a journey. The only journey that Daryl can go on that's going to make sense and fit the story and the character is if he finds out about the possibility that Rick is alive. And his journey could be to go look for Rick and Michonne. And obviously, like I said, the person that holds the key to this is Judith. I think in the last 8 episodes, Judith will in fact spill the beans about what Michonne told her. And she will tell Daryl, amongst other people, about the possibility that her father is still alive, which is going to prompt Daryl to go out there looking for Rick. Not just Daryl though, other people will probably go on this journey with him. However, they're not all going to go to the same place. Each is going to pursue some sort of clue, which is going to take them somewhere in the United States to find out where Rick is. The only person that's even going to leave the United States is Daryl. We know that the Daryl spinoff is Daryl. We know that the Daryl spinoff is going to be set in Europe. Now, before we even dive into that discussion, one thing I do want to mention is for Daryl to leave the kids would be essentially the same thing that Michonne did, right? There's no difference. So how can they possibly make it work where Daryl leaves the kids, but it doesn't feel like he's repeating the same thing that Michonne did? And the answer to that is one of them is going to go with him. Probably Judith. Obviously, right now, Judith is much younger, and it's a very risky mission, especially the Daryl mission to Europe. Not so much so the Negan and Maggie mission or journey to New York. But all I'm trying to say is, at this point, it would be irrational and unrealistic for Daryl, Negan, or Maggie to bring Judith along. But what if they do this after the time jump? In the comics, there was a time jump of about 20 years. In the TV adaptation, they're likely not going to do a 20-year time jump. They might do like a maybe 7-year time jump. Which means if Judith is around maybe 10, 11 years old right now, in let's say 6, 7, 8 years, she'll be 19. Obviously much older than she is right now, and probably a much better fighter and a much more capable fighter. Someone who can handle herself. And not just that, but someone who's not going to just sit back and let others look for her father. She's gonna wanna get in on the action. You know what I mean? So there's that piece of it as well. Now going back to the part with Daryl ending up in Europe, there's absolutely nothing that could take Daryl away from the United States to Europe in the post-apocalyptic universe. Unless there's one, a very good reason to go there, and two, for someone to be able to take him there. Someone that is part of a group with either in the air, like a helicopter, or maybe a small plane, or in the ocean, like a boat of some sort. And the only thing big enough that would not only get Daryl to want to agree to go to Europe, but also would get a group to want to give their resources to Daryl to go there is if it involves Daryl not only finding Rick, but also potentially exposing or finding out more about a large group that's essentially a threat to all of the communities in the United States, no matter how large or small they are. That group obviously being the CRM, Civic Republic Military. Now, obviously at this point, the only reference to Europe that we have on the Walking Dead universe is messages on the walls of the lab that we saw in the post-credit of The Walking Dead World Beyond, which was a message written in French, and that whole post-credit scene made it seem like there was some sort of a story about a group trying to find a cure or researching potential ways to use the virus as a weapon or a more enhanced weapon by creating running zombies. But at the end of the day, I think that the only thing that can get Daryl to go to Europe from where he is, and the only thing that would make it realistic for him to want to go, that would justify a spinoff for Daryl, is for him to go for Rick and nothing else. Now, the question remains, will we see Rick in the spinoff? And will Daryl save Rick in the spinoff? And I don't think that's going to happen. What I think the spinoff will essentially do is build up the story where Daryl finally finds out about the CRM, who they are, what they're capable of, and where Rick could potentially be. And from there, in the movies, we will see Daryl possibly regrouping with everyone else in the United States to build their Commonwealth militia to go to Rick's whereabouts and fight against the Civic Republic military. And that would be the war that everyone is speculating sometime in the future in the Walking Dead universe. But that's pretty much everything that I wanted to discuss in this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.